Baby, you're a stitch man. Baby, you're a stitch man. Baby, you're a stitch man. Duh. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Good morning, FLOSSTUBE. And what a great morning it is, too. It's 9 a.m. All the kids are in school. I've got the whole day to myself. So I figured what a perfect opportunity to turn my camera on and sit here and talk to all you lovely people for the 20th time. 20th time! This is the 20th, it's FLOSSTUBE number 20. This is the 20th time that I've sat here in front of this camera doing this. Isn't that something? Is it? I don't know. Maybe it's not. In honor of my 20th time sitting here, I figured I might clean up the place for you a little bit. My last couple of videos were looking a little bit blank and drab in the background, so I went downstairs and I grabbed a fake tree to pretty the place up a little bit. What do you think? Fake tree. Isn't it pretty? and look at me, keeping somewhat of a schedule and doing what I said I was going to do. It's only been 2 weeks since my last video. 2 weeks. I'm back after 2 weeks. Aren't you excited? So I don't have quite as much progress to show as I hoped I would, but it's decent. It's decent. I don't want to it's decent. I've also got lots of other things to do and lots of time to do it. I'm gonna be answering questions. I'm gonna be being ridiculous. I'm gonna be what else am I doing? I've got stuff to show you, stitching related stuff to talk about, non-stitching related stuff to talk about, and at the end, a really exciting the G word. I'm gonna do another giveaway. I am gonna do another giveaway this video, and it's a pretty exciting one too. You're gonna want to stay tuned for that. And if you don't want to stay tuned for it, and you're here just for the free stuff, I'm gonna be nice, and I'm gonna put a little timestamp here at the bottom so you can just like skip through all the bullshit and just skip right to the free stuff. Go right ahead. Here it is right here. Nah, just kidding. The biggest non-stitching related thing that happened in the last couple of weeks is Dylan, my precious little angel of a mini-me. He's just like me, so he's an angel, you see. He started preschool. I don't even know. I know it's a super cliche for parents to sit here and tell you that like the time goes by too fast and the kids grow up too fast, but like I've never had one before, so it was okay for me to roll my eyes at everybody that said that. But now I have one, and now I see how fast it goes, and it's true. I didn't really know what to expect when I dropped him off because he's never been in that kind of an environment before with teachers and students and book bags, backpacks, whatever the hell. I don't know. Like he's never done that before, so I didn't know. Like, is he gonna cling to me? Is he gonna cry? Is he not gonna want me to leave? Is he gonna want to go home? Is he gonna throw a fit? Like, what's he gonna do? He didn't do any of that. He just barely even said goodbye to me. Just ran over and started playing with his new friends, and I was just left standing there going like, well, I guess I'll go home now. Which I get is exactly what you would want to happen. Like, it was as simple and as easy of a process as you could ever possibly imagine it being, which is great. But still, even still, I sauntered back to the car with my hangdog look, and I got in the car and I started, oh, my boy's growing up too fast. Anyway, so he's been doing well. He's been doing well there. They're teaching him all the things that teachers need to teach kids. And when he's home with me, I'm teaching him all the things that are actually important for him to know that they don't teach you in school. For example, the other day, we were out on our porch going over lines from Godfather 2.
You broke my heart, Fredo.
The kid's a genius. He's a genius. He's a prodigy. One other thing that happened, not stitching related, but I do want to talk about because it's important to me. And this is my channel. The death of Norm Macdonald a couple of days ago. Oh, like I don't get too affected usually by celebrity deaths or like, you know, people I don't, yeah, I admire people and I like their movies or whatever, but like I didn't know them. But I was really, really sad about Norm Macdonald. I just like Norm was one of those people for me that like I can recognize like funny people and like that person's funny and that person makes me laugh or whatever, but there's a few people that are kind of on like a completely different plane of like, not even just that they're funny, they're just like they make me feel like I'm at home with like the people that like think the way that I think, or like the people that I would want to be around, or like I laugh at the things they laugh at, or like I don't even know how to explain it, but like Howard Stern is one of those people for me, Conan O'Brien, and Norm Macdonald was always one of those people for me. And like growing up and I was a teenager when he was on Saturday Night Live, and was just like I looked forward to that every Saturday. Him doing those weekend update segments, relentlessly dicking with O.J. Simpson was just like, still to this day, one of the funniest things that I can ever remember. And even funnier because his bosses at NBC were actually friends with OJ and kept telling him to like ease up and back off OJ, or like, you know, you might get in trouble. And he did eventually get fired. But like in the meantime, rather than easing up on OJ, he would come back week after week after week with jokes like,
O.J. Simpson's lawyers have decided to skip hearings on DNA evidence and go right to trial. Asked why they did this, the lawyers replied, "We want to get O.J. acquitted as speedily as possible so he can get back to doing what he does best, killing people."
Just didn't give a fuck. And I loved him so much. Norm came to my hometown actually a few years ago and performed here. Like, we don't get very many people here, but we got Norm Macdonald, and I was right there in the front row. And the people, some of the people around me were just stone-faced, not laughing at all, and not only not laughing, but looked appalled. Just like, who dragged me here, and who is this guy who is just offending every bone in my body? And meanwhile, I'm sitting beside them, laughing so hard that I like honestly couldn't breathe. Like, my stomach was hurting. I almost wanted to beg him, like, Norm, just let me take a breath, because I've never laughed this hard in my life. He was so funny. I loved him so much, and I was really, really sad to know that he's been battling cancer and that he passed away a couple of days ago. It really, I can't not mention Norm Macdonald and how sad that was for me, and how funny and how great. If you've never watched Norm, if you don't appreciate Norm, go on YouTube and have a Norm Macdonald night. It's just, he's the funniest. He's one of the funniest people of all time.
Last Sunday's National Hockey League game between the Buffalo Sabres and the Tampa Bay Lightning was postponed due to record snowfall in Buffalo. Or so the Germans would have us believe.
All right, so here I would normally do a couple of shout outs too. It's like some new people I found, or some people that I've been watching or want to talk about or whatever, but I don't really have that this week. There are some new people that I've subscribed to, or that people told me are really good and I need to check out, and I just haven't done it yet. I'm going to, but I haven't done that yet, so I can't talk about those people. I'm tempted to just like give you a list of like, well, here's my regular people, here's my friends, or my people that like are my regulars. They post a video and I have to watch them, but I'm hesitant to do that because I'm guaranteed to leave out somebody important whose feelings are going to be hurt. So like I don't know, maybe I'll do it anyway. I'll tell you a couple of people. This is a dangerous little game to play, but I'll do it anyway. Who posts a video and Stitchman has to like, okay, this person has a new video, got to watch it as fast as I can. Jacob, Noah, Kyle, obviously. I feel like I'm under pressure here. Emma, Claire, Alyssa, Morti, Kaylee. This is causing me a lot of anxiety. I feel I'm gonna forget somebody really, really important, and so I'm just gonna stop here. Betsy, I didn't forget Betsy. You forgot Betsy. Oh man, she's gonna yell at me. All right. On to all the stitching business that we've got going on today. Stitching business. Starting with Stitch Lady Melissa came back this week and already has her segment filmed and is all ready to go for me to just plop in here right now. So what am I still doing talking? Let's plop it in and let's watch Stitch Lady Melissa and see where she's at.
This guy.
It's me! Okay, bye.
Go away. Are we alone? Nice to see you all, even though I find that so weird when people say that because I can't see you, but you can see me. And I'm not even looking at myself because it weirds me out. I keep I'm looking over here, and then I'm looking over here, then I'm up here, and it's easier this way. Stitch Man doesn't like it. He's like, what are you doing? You're messing up my whole system. But you know what? This is what works for me. So we're going with it. Okay. It's my day off today. All of the kids are in school. Hallelujah. I love my kids, don't get me wrong. But you remember the last time I was on here? They were like, Mom, Mom. Just everywhere. What are you doing? Ooh. Anyway, so none of that today. Just blissfully quiet. And Stitch Man is actually upstairs working. So all 4 children are out of my hair today. So, progress. I don't think I really got very far, if anything, from the last time I showed you my witch. But I'll show her to you. Here she is. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Big bosoms. She looks like me. Anyway. I can't remember if I got anything done on her since the last time I showed her anything. I'm sure Stitch Man will put in here she was last time, blah, blah, blah. So, we'll see. I don't think so, though. Anyway, I haven't really spent a whole lot of time on her because what I really wanted to focus on, because I wanted it up the beginning of September, but that's come and gone, was my little kitty cat. And here he is. My autumn cat. I did not iron this, by the way. No, I don't. Who's got time for that? Not me. So this guy, he's coming along pretty good. I just have the leaves left to do, and they go all around him like this, and then I can frame him, and he'll be fully finished, and then I can put him up. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So, question about this guy. I don't know if I necessarily want to just put this in a frame and put it on the wall. What can I do with this? What other project could I do with this little guy? Because he's so cute. Because if he goes in the wall, he's going to be seasonal, right? He's fall-y. Fall-y? Autumny. Autumniness? Whatever. So, is there something else I could do with him? He's too small to make a little cushion. These little leaves are going to be all here. I think there's some here and some here. But I can put them on the wall. I don't want every single one of my projects that I finish to be something that we put on the wall. I want other fun things. And you know what else I want to find is really small, skinny patterns to do bookmarks, because I am forever looking for bookmarks. I love bookmarks, and I also hate buying bookmarks. I think it's silly. But I don't like dog earing my pages either. So I really want to find some cute quick little things that I can do up for bookmarks, and maybe I could give them as presents. So I have a question for you folks. Stitch Man was telling me that some people keep their orts and then do something with them. But I'm trying to figure out what on earth you would do with a jar of orts. We have an ort jar. Here it is. Isn't it cute? That's my mom's. her old like sewing dish or something. Anyway, I thought it was cute, so we kept it. And we currently have our orts in here. But what are we gonna do with them? I told Stitchman last night, I said, we should take just the whole thing out and spread it over like a canvas and then shellac it and then just put it on the wall as art. Okay. What else about floss stitching is what I meant. I need a recommendation for like the sparkliest. Okay, I'm a crow. I am like a crow. I get attracted to like anything like ooh shiny or ooh sparkly or bright colors or whatever. So I need a recommendation on like the prettiest, sparkliest, shiniest needle minder that you could possibly find. And the more outrageously sparkly shiny it is, the better. Also, my favorite colors are pink and yellow. So bonus if it's one of those or both. What else can I think of? I had stuff written down, believe it or not, but I don't remember where I wrote it. Like, I thought Stitchman was right there, like, watching me. It's making me weirded out now. Darcy! Oh, one thing I did want to talk to you guys about. Have you seen these little tattoos that are like, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. How cute is this? Look. What? I've been wanting a tattoo for so long, and then I discovered these. Like, I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I'll just get Stitchman to like import a photo in so that you can see it really well. But it's like, it's a tattoo of a rose, but it's needlework. It's stitched. I love that. Love it. And there's another one. Look. Look how beautiful that is. I feel like Stitchman's not going to use like even half of this footage. I'm just rambling. Like just rambling. Like just rambling. You know? So I want to thank you for allowing me to be part of your day and letting me steal a little piece of Stitchman's, you know, video and it's part of your time. And thank you. Be happy, be kind, drink coffee, namaste, all the good vibes, all the good feelings. See you next time. Bye.
A little footnote to go along with that. When Melissa filmed that segment, she gave me back she gave me the footage and she was like, okay, I'm done. Do what you want with it. And it was like 35 minutes long. I couldn't, and it was good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff in there, but I'm like, I don't know that I can like add 30 to 35 extra minutes right in the middle of like, you know, it's all about me, isn't it? So anyway, I was thinking though, because I mean, I'm interested in it because she's my wife and I find her interesting, but I might like put together that like the extended version, like the 30-minute version of Stitch Lady just talking about whatever Stitch Lady wants to talk about, and maybe just post that separately as like FLOSSTUBE extra or something like that, in case anybody wants to stitch and listen to Melissa for half an hour some night. Would anybody be up for that or enjoy that? I feel like you would. I would. I'm gonna watch it. I know what you're all gonna say too. There's a simple solution. Stitch Lady Melissa needs her own channel. I know. You don't have to tell me that. You don't have to convince me of that. I'm not stopping her from having her own channel. I'm encouraging her to have her own channel. I think that's a great idea. All right, on to my whips. I have the exact same 3 works in progress that I had last week. I'm not saying that like in a wah kind of a way. Like they're stuff that I like, obviously. But I want to take just a quick minute to say hi to a couple of my other whips that I really miss and like want to get back to really soon, because I do really miss this stuff. It's Alice in a Dali Dream. Man, I love this. And like want to get back to it really, really soon. Like this month or definitely next month. I gotta get back to normal because I miss this. I miss Sunflower. Talking to and watching my friend Alyssa Jones working on this, it always makes me miss it. And I don't know. I just miss my stuff. And I know I can work on whatever I want to be working on. There's nothing stopping me, but that's the problem is I'm not working on the other stuff out of obligation. I want to be working on that stuff too. If like, I know I've been focusing a lot of attention on the Jacob stitch along, but I'm really genuinely enjoying doing that. If I was getting tired of it, then I would put it down for a while and I would go back to some of this other stuff, but I'm not getting tired of it. But I do miss all of this stuff. I just don't have enough time to do everything. So I just wanted to tell it that I miss it. And look, it's still got the little blackberry stain there from where I was throwing fruit around and catching it in my mouth. Remember that? Remember when I threw a piece of fruit up and caught it in my mouth and it was awesome? All right, so last time when I was showing my whips, I forgot to do my thing where I held it up last time and said, here's where I was last time. I did remember to do that this time, but then it occurred to me that the things that I'm showing are the exact same things that I was showing last time. And like, why waste the Kaylee songs that she sang for them last time? Isn't that wouldn't we rather listen to Kaylee sing than hear me ramble on and on? So I feel like we should do that again, don't you? So here's where I was last time with Deck the Halls.
Ting 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 ting. Deck the halls with boughs of Darcy, fa la 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 la. This is what it looked like last time, fa la 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 la. Look at all this great progress, fa la 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 la. Darcy's cell game is flawless, fa la 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 la.
And here's where I am today. Look at that. This part's all done. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6. So two more sections and it'll be Christmas, I guess. I guess it'll be November, but like I start decorating for Christmas in November. Sometimes I used to, when I had a fake tree, I used to put my Christmas tree up on my birthday, November 2nd. I used to put my Christmas tree up as a birthday present to myself because I love Christmas so much. That was what I did for my birthday. Decorate for Christmas, put the tree up. No, that's not too early. So anyway, this is going to be done 2 more sections. November, I'll be done with this. I'll have a thing for Christmas and everybody will be happy. And look, mistletoe. Mistletoe kiss. Look, you can stand under it and we can make out. Anybody want to make out with me under the mistletoe? Betsy? Next up, Chessy. I came dangerously close to having 0 progress on Chessy and not showing him today, but I did make a little bit of progress, so let's see where I was last time.
This is what Chessy looked like last time you saw it. Darcy probably regrets asking me to do this.
And here's what Chessy looks like now. Looks exactly the same, doesn't he? No, he doesn't look exactly the same. Look, I did 200 stitches right here. That's legit, right? That's worth showing. It's nice to look at him again, isn't it? I almost didn't work on this at all and had absolutely no progress to show. But I finished the section of the Jacob stitch along that I was working on. I finished it last night and took it out of the Q-snap to iron it to show today, but it was early enough that I didn't want to go to bed yet. So I squeezed in a couple hundred stitches of Chessy too, so that we can all look at him and enjoy him again, even though he looks pretty much exactly the same, except this little part right here. Hey, I did this last night. And of course, Jacob Modern Folk Embroidery Fruits of Plenty Stitch Along. Where was I 2 weeks ago?
Fruits of Plenty. That's the stitch along from Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery. Stitchman Darcy. He is really going to catch up with this all, it's plain to see.
So I made this big declaration last time that one section of stitch along takes me about a week to do. So it's been 2 weeks. I should have 2 sections done, right? Wrong. But I did 1. That's July and it's completely finished. So that's not bad. It's looking pretty good, right? Doesn't that look good? Anyone? This blank spot right here is where my initials are gonna go. There's gonna be one here and one here, but I'm gonna wait until this is all done and fill in the initials last. So just to make sure that I get them in the right spot and they both look right. I don't know. I don't want to jump the gun on that and have to redo it and frog it. So I didn't make any mistakes this time like I did last time. No frogging. Although I get I complain about this sometimes. Hang on a second. I complain about this sometimes with Emma. Now, complain might be the wrong word because it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous and I love it. And there's like, I don't want to make it sound like I don't love it because I do. But with this kind of a thing, like this is its own little thing and this is its own little thing. And like you really feel like you're making progress. You're going up and down here and you're doing this little motif and you're going over here and doing branches. And then you get to this section of like just light blue and like the design itself is in like the negative space of the light blue, and I always whine and complain about like, oh, dude, why are there gonna be so many sections of just like light blue? It takes me like 3 days just to do this light blue and I don't even know what it is until it's all done. I don't know. I shouldn't really be complaining about that. It's gorgeous, obviously, but like I left that to the very end, which really I should have done it first. And some of the other sections I did it first just to sort of get it out of the way. Like, not that it's not like, it's fun, but it's I don't know. Maybe I should just cut this whole part out. So I'm going to be starting August soon, probably tonight. The August section, Jacob has helpfully, not helpfully for a person like me with my kind of a brain, but given like several different options. There's a house in the middle here, like in one of these like hexagonal things. There's a house, but he has given several different options so that you can like personalize it and put in whatever you want. It doesn't have to be the one that's on the cover photo. I'm not great when it comes to like choice and like the options. Sometimes it's just easier to not have options so I can just like do what I need to do. You know what I mean? So I did like them. I did look at them and I like some of them, but the one that I thought that I liked the best, I'm not going to say which one it is, but I showed it to Melissa and it was the one that she liked the least. And I'm like, and then when she realized that I actually liked it and that was the one I was going to do, then she started to backpedal a little bit and like, it's your thing, do whatever you want. And I know what that means, do whatever you want. I wouldn't do it that way, but you can do it that way. But it's going to be on her wall too, and I'm going to be looking at it knowing that she doesn't like it. So like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know which one I'm going to pick. Maybe I'll go with the one that I like, or maybe I'll just do the one that's on the cover, or like, I don't know. But like having that many different options, as I get the idea that like that's really cool and it can make it a little bit more personal, but it's hard for me to make those kind of heavy decisions. But anyway, as usual, I love it. It's been a lot of fun stitching. It looks gorgeous. I've got like 2 weeks left in September, so like that should be plenty of time to finish August and be at least started in September. And like by that means I'll pretty much just be caught up. Like, look at that, I'm caught up. I'm caught up already. I know I'm not quite caught up already, but it feels like I am. So I'll get caught up in the next few weeks and get some of my old whips back out and start getting back to normal. And this is going to be finished by the end of the year. I'm going to have like this and the Big Princess I finished earlier in the year and Deck the Halls. 3 finishes in a year. 3 finishes in a year. I haven't had a finish before that since 2018 was the last time I finished anything. And I'm going to have 3 in a year. That's really exciting. Really exciting. One other thing that I should be showing you right now, and I'm not, is Betsy's stupid tumor sal that I said I was going to start and stitch on the toilet. And I fully intend to do that. I just didn't realize that everybody was going to jump in so quickly and be like, I'm pretty sure like people, and including I think Betsy, are already finished. It's already, I mean, I haven't even started yet. I haven't even got my shit together yet. And everybody's already finished. Like, I don't know. Like, I told Betsy, like, I feel like the worst friend ever. This stitch along is going to be over, and I haven't even started yet. And she agreed. You are a really bad friend. But I don't know. Can I jump in late? Can I use the hashtag anyway for the next thing that I say? I don't know. That's kind of lame. But like, anyway, maybe I'll try to get something started at least really quickly, because I don't want to just be like, hey, I'm going to do this. Let's all support Betsy. And then I'm the one that doesn't do it at all. That's lame. I can't do that. So since my last video, the showering of gifts on the old Stitch Band has continued, and I got something really exciting in the mail last week. And it was from my friend Mary, Daydream Stitcher, who I told you I made friends with last time. She sent me the gift to end all gifts. I am really excited about this one. And since it's from Mary, what a perfect opportunity to sing The Wind Cries Mary again. Wouldn't we all love that? I know I would. And the wind cries Mary. Look what Mary sent me. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. She sent me some stuff to crinkle because I love ASMR so much. Crinkle, 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 crinkle. Mary sent me real Q-snaps. Man, am I excited about this, because I have apparently never used a real Q-snap before. And I always complain about how flimsy they are and how easily they break. And apparently I'm using the cheapo plastic things that you get from Michael's that are not even real Q-snaps. So no wonder they break. And I haven't used either of these yet, or I haven't put them together to use them yet, because all of my stuff was already in its position, and I didn't want to deal with, even for the sake of as excited I was about this, I didn't want to take them out and redo them until it was time to move the stuff around. But it's time to move this around. So tonight I'm going to be trying out a real Q-snap, and even though I haven't tried it yet, I can already tell, without even taking them out of the package, how much better they are, because these are heavy. If you've never compared the cheap Michael's stuff to the apparently real stuff, these are heavy. Like, I feel like I could lift weights with these. The cheap Michael's snap things are like light as a feather. Like they would just float down to the earth. Like this is the one that I was using for Fruits of Plenty. And like, look at this thing. And I deal with this on every single one that I use. Like, look at that snap. When I push it down on the thing and it just snaps down the middle. And that happens to me all the time. And I use it anyway. I just figured, well, that just must be the way you're supposed to use it. I don't know. Cute snap. Maybe they're supposed to snap. I don't know. But I am looking forward to using something that feels super, super hefty and heavy, and like, see how much better it is. Everybody tells me it's better. Everybody always says get the real Q-snaps. Here's a real Q-snap, and I can't wait to try it. And thank you so much, Mary. And the wind cries Mary. All right, and one more thing before we get to the giveaway. I got a couple of very important questions last time, so I figure it's time for a return of the ukulele Ask Me Anything segment. Don't you think? Don't you think we should do that? I think we should do that. Listen to that. Ask me anything. All right, I got a comment a couple of days ago on my last video from Dona Lenhart. Sorry, I feel like I just butcher everybody's name even when it's an easy name. But Donna asked me a lot. I didn't write it down word for word, but it was basically along the lines of her, like, she said that she's like turtle slow when she stitches, and that like I seem to make pretty good progress, and have mentioned that I feel like I'm kind of a fast stitcher. So she asked me if I would mind stitching on video so that you could all like see me actually stitch. So I'm not going to do that right here, right now. But I have been considering doing another stitch with me. I haven't done one in a few months. And the ones that I did were focused mainly on my beautiful face instead of my beautiful stitching. So if I do another one, maybe I'll figure out at least for some of it. I know you're going to want to see my face for at least some of it, right? But maybe I could do a half and half of like for at least some of it if I can figure out how to set up my camera so that you can see me actually stitch. But in the meantime, I wrote down a couple of things that like maybe I could talk about. hang on, just 1 second. So I don't really know. I do know that I make good progress, and I seem to get a lot done, and I could get a lot more done if I had more time. So maybe I am like a fast stitcher, but I don't know that I'm really any faster than anybody else, or that I do anything extraordinary, or like I feel like there's things that I could be doing that would make me go way faster that you all do. Like I've never used a stand or a frame or like a scroll frame or anything like that. Maybe that would help me go faster. I've never attempted stitching two-handed. That just seems like a magic trick to me. I've seen people stitching two-handed, and I don't know. Like that seems, in theory, like that would make you go way faster. I've never even tried that. How would you do that? That just seems so awkward. But just because I've never tried it, I don't know. I just stitch. I hold the thing in one hand and I stitch with the other hand, and I poke and pull and poke and pull and poke and pull, and like I don't know. That's like the most amateurish way to do it. Maybe I'm just like decently quick at it. I don't know. But there are things that I do that I try to help myself speed up a little bit, which I will be happy to share with you right now if I can stop rambling. First of all, I don't know if this is a thing that you can like teach someone, or if it's just like comes with muscle. It's just muscle memory, I guess. Like, and I feel like this is all of us, but maybe it's not. I don't know, but I don't fumble around in the back like looking for the hole. You know, like when I see some people who are just learning and they're like trying to find the hole, the needle comes up in the wrong spot, needle comes up in the wrong spot, and you got to do it 3 or 4 or 5 times before you get like, it's rare for me to like have to fumble around like that. I just feel like, not because I'm doing anything special, it's just because I've been doing it so much and for so long that it just is sort of like instinct to just like up, down, and I rarely miss I always get it in the right hole. All right. I'm trying not to say it. I'm trying to be mature this time. Also, a couple of things that I try to do sometimes to speed myself along. If there's a section that I'm working on that has like a bunch of color changes, but then like one main color that's all the same color within that section, I'll do all the other little annoying colors first. So I'm just left with one color and hopefully can just fill it in without looking at the pattern constantly, which I feel like helps me speed up a little bit. I find that the one thing that slows me down the most is looking at the pattern. Anything that I can do to not have to look at the pattern, I feel like makes me go faster. And another thing that I do to speed that up sometimes is whatever section I'm doing, I'll do the whole thing in tent stitch first, like just half stitches. Like that's a half stitch right there. I'll do the whole section that I'm working on in tent stitch, or whatever color I'm using, do them all in tent stitch, and then just go back over them the other way. So I only have to like glance over at the pattern doing it the first time, and then when I'm going back over them for the second leg, there's no looking. I just fill it back in, which maybe because I'm still looking at the pattern to do the first half of it, so maybe that doesn't speed me up at all, but it feels like it does when I get to the end, and then I can just go back over the whole color again without looking at the pattern. I guess what we're learning from my rambles here is the thing that I feel like speeds me up the most is doing whatever I can do to not have to look at the pattern. The less looking at the pattern there is, the faster I feel like I'm going. Clear? I'll try to do a stitch with me sometime soon, and you can see me. Now that I've said that I don't fumble around in the holes with the needle, there's probably going to be a lot of fumbling, but whatever, that'll be fun too. And one other question, a really, really important question that you're all going to be super glad somebody asked. Samantha Robertson asked me, and I quote, "Okay, so I know I'm going to regret this, but I need to ask, what do you do for 30 minutes on the toilet. Well, I'm so glad you asked. When I come out of the bathroom and I've been in there for a really long time and my family looks at me sometimes, they're like, what the hell were you doing in there? My standard answer tends to be, I was conducting important business, all right? There's important business being conducted in that bathroom. Dramatization. Listen to me. Listen, stop for a second and just listen to me, all right? Just make sure you have those papers on my desk by the end of the day. This is $1.5 million we're talking about, and I am not gonna have you screw this up for me, you understand? Okay, now, can you hang on for just 1 second? Got it? Got it? It's all clear now? Aren't you glad we did this? Hey, is that a D? Did I just learn a D? Did I learn a new thing? All right, now it's giveaway time. Aren't you excited? This is an exciting one. So this is like, thank you to all of you for, I mean, I could just thank you at any time for any reason, because I love you all and I love the support that you've given me and all the things. I say this every time, like it's getting old, isn't it? But I passed 3,000 subscribers last time. Actually, as I sit here right now, it's getting closer to 3,200. And that's really exciting. I'm really excited about that. And like at some point, like every now and then, I like to give back to the people that have given me so much. so give a little thank you to somebody. I like doing that. So let's do it. So one of the first stitchings that Stitch Lady Melissa did that wasn't just a tiny little thing was this one right here that says, there's nothing, I'm reading it backwards. There's nothing better than a good friend, except a good friend with chocolate. And it turned out great. For reasons that I'm not going to get into, I'll try to be as vague as possible. But like Melissa's intended purpose for doing this is not really, it's just not what she would do now if she was to do something like this again. And she doesn't really want to keep it. She doesn't doesn't make her feel happy when she looks at it. Like it's kind of just indifferent. Like because I said, like, this is one of your first big ones. Don't you want, like, I tried to encourage her to keep it, but she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to keep it. And she thought maybe somebody else out there might enjoy it, you know, more than she would. So at least it would go to a good home, right? Isn't that exciting? I'm not really, I don't really know what to say about it. And I feel like I'm just like stuttering. So if anybody out there is interested in having real life Stitch Lady Melissa, you'll have to like fully finish it yourself. I'll wash it and iron it and make it look all pretty. And we were thinking like maybe because it's a chocolate related thing, maybe we throw in some chocolates or something with it. But if anybody out there is interested in having a Stitch Lady thing hand stitched on your wall or whatever you want to do with it, this is what we're giving away as a thank you. Isn't that exciting? I'm excited. So what word are we going to use that you're going to have to say in your comments so I'll know you want to be entered in this? Well, here's what I came up with. Brace yourselves. And you're going to see it's all going to come full circle, this is going to complete the piece. The whole video is going to make sense now. So because it's chocolate, and you know I'm not just going to like tell you to say the word chocolate because that's boring. And you also know that I have the sense of humor of a 10-year-old boy. So chocolate is brown. You see where we're going with this, right? You're like, oh no, please don't. But I was thinking, like, there's some funny images that can be conjured up here with like little droplets of chocolate. And in addition to that, because we're doing our little tribute to Norm Macdonald today, remember on Saturday Night Live when they did those Celebrity Jeopardy things and Norm Macdonald played Burt Reynolds?
Mr. Reynolds, what are you doing?
Yeah, I found this backstage. Oversized hat. Funny.
No, it's not.
Sure it is. It's funny. It's funny because it's bigger than a normal hat.
I see that. Get back to your podium.
Take a look at that.
Yeah, I see it. Go back to your podium. It's not funny.
Well, at some point in one of those Celebrity Jeopardy skits, Burt Reynolds decided to change his name. And here's what he changed his name to.
Hey, check out the podium. Look at this.
Mr. Reynolds has apparently changed his name to Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, that's right. Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name.
So, in honor of Norm, and in honor of Stitch Lady's chocolate stitching, and in honor of really immature humor, we're going to go with the word turd. So if you say the word turd anywhere in your comment for any reason, you will be entered to win this and a box of chocolates, and I'll do the draw before my next video, and we'll get this off to you, and everybody will be happy, and hallelujah. We're done, I think. So I think that's it for today. Enter in the giveaway, the turd giveaway. Thank you for watching as usual, and thanks for all the nice comments and all the nice things that you do for me. And if you want to do any of the YouTubey things, like and subscribe and comment and buy me a coffee and all that stuff that everybody always talks about, any and all of those things are always appreciated. If you just want to watch and enjoy, that's just as appreciated. I just appreciate that everybody's here and everybody is like enjoying themselves. That's really what I want. So anything else? Dylan, did I forget to say anything?
Betsy farted.
Probably true. There's a really good chance that that's true. Anything else?
Jacob is a king.
My own son. My own son. Anyway, that's it. That's it for today. I might be doing or posting some other stuff in the next couple of weeks. I don't know. If not, then I will be back in no more than 2 weeks. And thank you again, and thank you for watching, and I love you, and I will see you next time.
Or so the Germans would have us believe.